you wish every kid knew how to meditate. What was that?
I say that because growing up in our parents' generation, it was taught to us to avoid feelings. Anything difficult, anything hard, don't talk about it. Put it under, just be positive, the toxic positivity. And I understand because they didn't have the bandwidth or the capacity to feel these big feelings. That was a natural progression of human experience, that's what they needed to experience, and that there's nothing wrong in that. That's what I'm trying to say. We don't need to blame our parents. We don't need to point fingers. That's just the natural evolution of humans. Why I believe that, and I strongly, it's one of my forces that I've been put on this planet to do, is to teach or plant these seeds in kids of breathing and connecting to their body and meditating and slowing down, is because it retains their connection to their highest self, because we all come here pure and connected to source and God and creator, whatever the word that you resonate with. But our emotions they're pure in itself, no matter the chaos of it. And staying connected to that is what keeps us authentic. So helping children slow down so that they stay connected to that voice is really, I think, the function of us as parents, if we're going to evolve, is that they remain true to themselves.
Right. And so I have one more question around this. I just a follow up to that. Mm-hmm. They don't know. They are not aware. They are not going to sit at one place, right? And meditation is to sit and stay calm and bring everything, just relax. The word relax is not in the dictionary right now. How can one look at to proceed in this particular scenario?
Yeah, I think one thing is that there's a preconceived notion of what meditation looks like. Meditation is in movement. Meditation is not always just keeping your eyes closed and sitting still. That's a form of meditation. That's a form of passive meditation. But in order for our mind to settle, there is a form of meditation called active meditation that we need to embody first. And what that means is that if someone was never worked out a single day in their life and they're like, I'm ready to work out, you would never throw them into a boot camp class.
Yeah. Right.
A CrossFit class.
Right.
They would buckle and quit before the first class ends, because they're not trained for that. And that's the same thing. The idea is that we're not forcing our children to sit in one place and close their eyes and meditate. The idea in that realm of like passive meditation, it's to help them connect to their body. And they actually already know how to connect to their body, because if we have been trained to not move energy out, that you need to sit still. But a lot of times, if you connect with your body, if you feel anger, you might notice that some kids stand on their tippy toes. There's a reason for that. They're ungrounded. So when you help them, be like, hey, why don't you put your heels on the ground? It grounds them back into their body. Some kids have more energy and they might flail their hands. That's how they're moving energy out of their body so that they can come back into their center. We forget that movement is essential before you meditate. In a yoga class, you move the body and then you settle. You don't just settle. Right. So the reason if in my book there's a mixture, and it's based in Ayurvedic science and yoga, of how you blend the mind-body connection together. There's always a slowing down of the body so that you can connect to the breath. And when you connect to the breath, it can slow down your mind. And kids are actually really in tune with this because they're more connected to their body and they haven't been trained out of that. They're really embodied in knowing, like, if you really watch them, they know how to settle themselves down. And what they need from us is to be a calm tuning fork, because it's about co-regulation.
Right.
Their nervous system is mirroring and looking at us. And if we're calming and taking deep breaths and our body and our tone is even, their nervous system is automatically going to attune to that and their body will settle down. So it's not just like teaching a skill to your kids. It's a way of being. It's a way of life. And that's why I created my book in a way where it's parents and teachers and therapists are doing it with kids, because none of us have learned it, and it's easier and less daunting to learn it in the way that a child learns, because it's not so, oh, I have to sit there and do it for 20 minutes and I can't do that. I've never done that. It's a more streamlined, simple, systematic way,
Right.
and playful way. That's important.